Can't take bright people and tell them their work doesn't matter.
How many of these companies that either go out of business or have gone out of business had really great ideas and really great IP that just disappeared because no one was able to take it further?
Oh, I mean, I can tell you they paid $2 million for some stuff that I developed that they're definitely not using anymore. So, yeah. Just there you go. There's a number off the top of my head, just stuff that I was personally involved in the last decade.
That's why I got out of marketing.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand, and people say you're stupid for this, I couldn't stand getting a check, and then the new CMO would come in and go, thank you, here's your check, but we're not going to use this because it's not mine. The number of times you deliver a project and nobody uses it,
that was the
it's
last
soul crushing.
That was the last. That was the last straw for me working in the .com era. Was I worked for Nokia, and I wrote that protocol, which was really cool. And then the next project they had me on was developing. It was me and a bunch of other folks. It wasn't my project, but we were developing phone cases. So you could. This is like 1999. So, but you could upload a picture onto the web, and they would send you a phone case with your like a picture of your dog or whatever on it. And we were about 3 or 6 months away from finishing. I can't remember which it was. And our project manager comes in. Remember Holger Greif? He comes in. He goes, "Yeah. So it turns out there's a team in Helsinki working on the same project, and Nokia's going to use their code instead of ours. But we're going to go ahead and finish this project since our department's paid up for it." So for 6 months, we wrote code
On something you knew you weren't going to use.
Knew was never going to see the light of day. So I was having, you know what a counter variable? You know what a counter variable is. You know what a counter variable is? So it's whenever you're doing a loop and you want to have it break out on a certain number of counts, like you put a variable in there and you increment it every loop. And so I knew no one was going to ever use this code. And to amuse myself, I instead of naming the counter variables like X or I or A or some nondescript thing, I would name them after professional wrestlers like Hulk Hogan or Bret Hart or Jake the Snake.
Yes.
And that was what got me on the short list of the first people to get laid off whenever Nokia laid off 900 people in the first round of .com crash firings.
There's a lot of Easter eggs out there.
Yeah.
You can't take bright people and tell them their work doesn't matter. That actually is one of the big problems that we face right now. Is the number of times I presented something, and it's on my servers, and no one ever downloads it or looks at it. And you're like, guys, that was a lot of money. You thought it was important, but what it is they're just running project to project. Like they have no sense of how it impacts the company,
Right.
And they don't care. Because it's all about that quarterly thing, and then what comes next.
Well, they want to make sure that they use all the budget dollars so they don't lose the budget dollars for the next quarter.
It's not even that anymore. It's because that's the old, the spend it before it's gone. It's check off my KPI, and then call it a day. Because that's the thing. Because it's about showing yourself to looking busy. Because what's the point of long-term planning? What's the point of doing quality and making it last 4 years? When your entire division may disappear in a year and a half because they acquired somebody.
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.